Hold up, before you get to watching this video, let me talk to you for a second. Hit that bell down below and subscribe to the Fitz Take Podcast YouTube channel so you'll know when every episode is dropping or if something has been posted on this page. Also, be sure to follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. Now back to the episode. Spencer Rattler is the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints going into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game on Sunday. It is mainly because Derek Carr has an oblique tear, and he's dealing with that injury as of right now. Elijah, you were the guy to kind of call this. You were looking at it more from a talent standpoint that Rattler would go in and get the opportunity to play, but it's because of an injury that it happens. What are you expecting out of him? How well do you think Spencer Rattler will do against the Bucs on Sunday?
I think he'll do fairly well. The Saints defense is, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's like in the middle of the pack, but they make plays to get the ball back, so they give an opportunity to score. Derek Carr started off the season on fire during that first two games where they won 2 games in a row. But then after that, you see him kind of slow down. I'm not sure what was going on. I don't want to blame the play calling. I don't want to say it was necessarily Derek Carr. But you can see it was the offense wasn't, clicking how it did the first 2 weeks when it was the highest scoring offense in the league. But I'm not saying I'm happy that Spencer Rattler is in because of Derek Carr injury. I did say that Spencer Rattler will be playing. But at the same time, I think that you can get a little bit more aggressive. Not saying Derek Carr wasn't throwing the ball to Shaheed, but you can switch it up with Chris Olave. Chris Olave wasn't getting much love with Carr in the center, so hopefully Spencer spread the ball out. Now, this is me being me. If I'm Spencer Rattler, my first throw, I'm dropping the top. If it's anything under 30 yards, can it, Dennis? Can it? I'm dropping the top. I am dropping the top. I'm going over the safety head. I'm throwing it to the bleachers. I'm throwing it to the stands, baby. Because at the end of the day, I felt disrespected that you dressed Jake instead of dressing me. And I know that you only dress 2 quarterbacks. Saints only dress 2 quarterbacks to have an extra roster spot. But for you to dress Jake instead of me, I'm dropping the top.
But why do you think it was that they felt? Well, obviously it's because Jake Haener, won the job in camp. But what ultimately do you think it was that kind of led to the decision for them to say, like, all right, Jake, you won the job in camp, but we feel like Spencer is going to give us a better chance to win it?
I want to say arm talent. Simply, I think that's what it really is. I think it's arm talent. Spencer has, you got to remember, he was actually balling in Oklahoma and was starting ahead of Caleb Williams with the arm talent with Lincoln Riley. He played very, very well. It was just that Caleb came and just took the job from right under him, and he went to South Carolina and did some good things over there as well. But I think when it comes all in all, I think his arm talent is what is on display there. And I think that's going to be kind of fun to watch because in a way they run the similar patterns that San Francisco run. But the thing is, though, this offensive coordinator never had a guy that can have the arm talent that Spencer Rattler had. Think about it. He was working with Brock Purdy, and then that offensive coordinator worked a little bit with Jimmy Garoppolo. Spencer Rattler has better arm talent than both of those guys. So I'm interested to see how it goes, man. I'm not saying they turn around and beat Super Bowl contenders. I'm not saying that they, be up there with the Chiefs as the best team in the league. But I do think with him under center, they're going to have some things to think about when Derek Carr returns from injury because I think Spencer's going to play that way.
Yeah, when you think about it, like anytime you miss out or at least you lose your starting quarterback, it always kind of puts you behind the 8 ball because, you don't game plan for your backup. And anytime that happens, you get an opportunity to put a guy in that normally isn't starting. But the thing about it is, like, he's not normally the person that you're calling plays for. And so the game plan might shift just a little bit. It might change just a little bit because of that. But I think the main thing for Spencer to be successful is that he is going to have to get the ball out quick. We know that the Saints offensive line right now is very much depleted. Eric McCoy is still out with injury. Cesar Ruiz was out last week. I don't know if he's going to be back healthy. Taysom Hill was out last week. So you look at those three pieces in itself, and like we've talked about before, like because Taysom Hill is not a part of the offense right now, somebody else is going to have to step up outside of Alvin Kamara because, you know, the defense is going to key off on him. Like they are prepared to know Kamara is going to get 20 to 30 touches per game and get an opportunity to try to, you know, slow him down. But like if you don't have another piece to be able to hit him with, like, all right, yes, you have Shaheed, but that's only when you can hit him on the play action, when you can go deep to him. Outside of that, like you got to find another way to generate offense. So you got to find another way to get points going to help yourself to be in that position. So I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be not necessarily the takeover for Spencer Rattler. I don't think that it's going to be a moment where he is becoming the Saints starting quarterback fully. But it's going to be a good start. It's going to be a chance for us to really see what he's made of. If he's ready for the limelight of being a starting quarterback and all the things that come with it. And like I was looking at it, bro, because I can't remember. Oh, it was because I was looking at how they were talking about Devontae Adams not having a quarterback, and I was trying to see like what was the order of quarterbacks being drafted, and it was 6 of them in the first round, Bo Nix being the last one, and then the next quarterback was not drafted until it was Spencer Rattler in the 5th round. So like the Saints got a steal, and if it's very similar to when Dak Prescott came in as a rookie quarterback and he took over when Tony Romo got hurt. It's kind of like whatever he does as a positive, you can take that and you can utilize it to your advantage because you basically get in the same production or better production for a whole lot cheaper because Derek Carr is on your payroll right now, costing you $100 million, whereas Spencer Rattler is on your payroll under a 5th-year contract. So it'll be interesting to see, man. Tampa Bay is going to blitz the heck out of them. We know that Todd Bowles likes to bring pressure, so he's going to see the blitz a lot. So however the Saints can be able to counter and pick up the blitz, how they can, throw screens over the top of their heads and things of that nature to beat against the blitz. I think that's when we'll really be able to see, like I said, what Spencer Rattler is made of. Who do you think will be, I guess, kind of the unsung hero or the security blanket for him this early on once he gets that start?
Happy you asked that because I tried to make a trade for him on my fantasy team earlier. Chris Olave. I think that's gonna be the security blanket. I heard him rave about him in the press conference, and it's only funny because I try to make a trade. I try to trade Keenan Allen and Christian Kirk because I was like, man, this guy only gave you 2 points last week. You might as well give him up. So then the guy countered soon and said, give me Malik Neighbors. Like, that's not happening. So I did not counter. They tried to give him Jamison Williams, and he countered back and said, no, I want Malik Neighbors. I said, we're done talking. But I think Chris Olave is going to be that guy. I think he's going to see more targets. I think because, honestly, he can run the whole route tree from a short to the medium to a deep aspect. And I think that's going to open up things also for Shaheed because you can intertwine them. And we was talking about this earlier. Like, I'm not saying that Chris Olave has the same speed as Shaheed. He doesn't. But I do think that you can – if I ran Shaheed to the right side and ran a 9 route, I could come in that same formation with Chris Olave and run a 9 route on the left side because it's just you could intertwine the two, like you could mix those guys up. So with Spencer though, I think Chris Olave is going to see. I don't think Cooper Kupp kind of targets, but I think he would get about a good 8 targets a game from now on until Derek Carr come back.
Yeah, I think however you look at it, somebody is going to have to step up. I had said about it, I think it was the last episode that we had, taped episode that we had, and I mentioned about Jawan Johnson, how he hasn't gotten a whole lot of the touches of what he was normally having when you had other quarterbacks in the mix. And he proved that he can be a security blanket. I think if they can build some rapport up, especially if my man Taysom Hill is not playing on Sunday. We'll be able to see how all of that looks. But I think Jawan Johnson is the guy that you're looking for that can really be able to make a name for himself. Because like I said, we know that Alvin Kamara is going to get his touches. He's going to be able to do what he needs to do to make plays for his team. But outside of him, like, it's going to have to be other guys that are going to have to step up. So we'll see. The New Orleans Saints will face off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. It's a noon kickoff. Your boy will be in the house. We got hooked up with some tickets, so we're gonna pull up and we're gonna see if this is a Spencer Rattler legacy game. If it is, we'll be talking about how he got the opportunity to take over and he never gave the job back. And that's something that will be very, very interesting to see how that topic goes. Thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.